It was a great Sunday at Medalist. A lot of money raised for a good cause for legends on the golf course. We haven't seen that in a while, so we were all thrilled to take a look at that on the TV, as was Notah Begay. He joins us now. He was watching. Always good to catch up, my friend. And overall, what were your impressions of what we saw from Tiger and Phil and Peyton and Tom as they all got together for a bigger cause?
Well, just seeing how big of an impact that this crisis has had on the country, and for these guys able to raise over $20 million, I think is the first thing that caught my attention. That's a remarkable effort on all their parts. They should all be commended for putting this together. And secondly, not some bad golf, Burko. I mean, Tiger drove it well. Phil hit some typically really good iron shots, and even the football guys stepped up and hit some big shots at key times. I think the most impressive display was on the 16th, where everyone but Tiger hit it inside that 5 or 6 foot circle, and that's quite a remarkable feat. I was quite surprised.
When you take a look at Tiger, obviously it's been a few months since we've seen him on the golf course. This is a different forum for the money being raised for charity. But we know Tiger is the ultimate competitor. What stood out just in terms of his swings, your observations of how he got around a golf course and some pretty challenging elements at times?
Yeah, well, it's typical. I mean, he was nice and balanced. His tempo looked great. His key points in his transition looked solid. Wasn't really forcing it too much, and that's typically now a recipe for a lot of good swings, which is why he hit it pretty good off the tee. And I think that's something that hopefully he'll be able to carry over when he begins his tournament schedule later this year. It's just a nice, balanced, even keel type of approach, because that really seems to produce the most consistent results across the board in his long game. And then anybody just knows you got to get the putter to heat up to win on the PGA Tour. So when we've seen that, as we did later in the 2019 season in Japan, when he gets the hot putter, he's really hard to beat.
What about Phil as he was out there hitting bombs with his Tiger Slayer putter? He was the chatty one of the four, there's no doubt about it. But what stood out to you about Phil?
Well, I mean, just how impressive it is that he's able to keep his speed up. I mean, he's not a spring chicken anymore, and these are circumstances where he's been able to either maintain his speed or improve his club head speed over the past 3 to 5 years, and that's a testament to a lot of things that he's done off the golf course. He's put work into his fitness routine. He's stayed in good condition. He's altered his diet and his nutrition, and those are things not a lot of players are willing to do, and he's been able to do that. And I think he's going to reap some benefits from still keeping up with some of the longer hitters. He's not as long as he used to be, but it's still going to give him a club, maybe to a club and a half less than what he would have if he didn't adhere to a strong conditioning program.
You alluded to Peyton Manning hitting it in close at 16. Early on the front nine at the 7, Tom Brady holes out for birdie on the 7th, a par 5. The mic falls off. He rips his pants. Notah, before I let you go, when's the last time you holed out from over 100 yards and split your pants and had your mic pack fall off on the same hole?
Well, I've had my mic fall off, and I've definitely split my pants, but not at the same time, and certainly not on the golf course. But you just see how hard the game is. These are great athletes, and the PGA Tour players make it look awfully easy, but you just see how difficult it is to get all facets of the game in alignment. But they put on a great show. I give them all the credit in the world, and they did a lot of good things for people that were dealing with this COVID-19 across the country.